Good morning, guys. So I wanted to tell you about, I gotta put my coffee down. Wanted to tell you about some things we want to do and things that are going to happen that are going to be a little different. We were offered some bunny rabbits, and there are 15 of them, and they were all from the same two, I believe, which means they're brothers and sisters, basically. So I'm not really sure on how to deal with that, but I know I'm probably going to have to bring in a male that has nothing to do with that line. That way I'm not going to have just inbred rabbits that are just from the same two bunny rabbits. So I'm getting those rabbits. I wanted the rabbits because it's one more layer of nutrients. So when I have my veggies out, there is so much waste that goes into the compost heap. And then the compost heap takes a long time to cook it down. Well, why not just hand it to a rabbit and then they eat that lovely food that's organic and fantastic. And then they make poop that I can then directly fertilize my garden with. You don't even have to compost that down. And it happens so fast. So that's why I decided to get the little rabbits. I'm going to keep them in the area that I have my meaties, and I'll point that area out. But they told me that they dig. Of course, I've never had a rabbit in my life. I need to put wire all over the ground in the rabbit bedroom where my meat birds usually are. Meat birds don't dig. They don't, they just poop. They eat and they poop, and they are happy in there. It's a nice, safe place for them where, wow, the sun just really came out. Whereas the rabbits will be happy as can be in there, and they'll be safe because I am positive these rabbits are probably not savvy. Now this is where I'm going to put my little bunny rabbits. So this is very safe. I'm thinking of trying to figure out a way, because I have a little pop door. It's an automatic door where they would have that side of my coop. That side of my coop is a bedroom that I normally reserve for the meat birds, but I'm not going to be doing meat birds because I have 800 pounds of chicken still in my deep freeze, because we did a lot of meat birds the last time we did it. So I'm thinking this area would be perfect for bunnies, and then I can just put, like, instead of putting all my yard waste into a pile here, I could just put it in there with them and they'll eat it. That is beautiful dirt. Now I spent days reading about bunnies. I have to protect them from heat, protect them from cold, protect them from predators. But for the most part, they'll happily just munch on grass and clippings and plants. You just throw in a large variety of stuff and they'll pick the stuff that's good for them. I have to identify what specific ones they love most. I mean, like carrot tops, I get a ton of carrot tops. All of my vegetable tops, that the part that you're not necessarily going to eat unless you eat it as greens, I'll throw in with them, and they'll be happy. They'll be happy to get beet tops, I'm sure. I'll have to check because I don't know. They might not be happy to get beet tops. Little things you think of, I don't know what they eat. But I do know I want them to eat from my yard, and I will give them pellets too. They'll have access to pellets, and because I don't want them having to eat something that might not be good for them. And by having access to pellets, that will help them. Now, I read about making a proprietary pellet blend, and I'm sure I'll do that because I do that for my chickens. And their blend will be, I read that you should put, so much sunflower seeds were in it, and alfalfa was in it, and there was just a bunch of different stuff mixed in with these pellets. And then that way they have like a forage mixture. So that sounds good. Anyway, they're going to live in here. I think they'll be happy. These are bunnies that are supposed to be very sweet. I have nieces that will love holding them. There's a mixture of ages. One of them I think is, I don't remember. I think a couple of them are like maybe 2 years old and the rest are much younger. So I'm going to have to see how that goes. It's going to be exciting. And I love that I'll have one more layer of nutrients on this farm. Rabbit poop is like amazing. The other thing that I like about this setup is I mean, I can't let them out in my main yard. I read that they love to eat blueberries and blackberries and like the whole bush. Well, that's like, I have that growing all over my yard. I don't want them eating those things. So, I mean, the chickens don't eat things like that. They don't eat, well, they eat a lot of what's out in my yard, but whatever has survived, I don't want now getting eaten by the bunnies. So, anyway, I'm really excited about it. So I have some work to do. All I have to do to get ready for them, which they're coming on Monday. All I have to do to get ready is I have to take the chicken wire and I have to just lay it out all in here so that they can't dig under. I think I'm just going to lay it out by the fence, but I'll have to look online and see, will they try to dig everywhere? There's water table right under the ground here, so I just feel like they're not going to be able to dig too deep here because the water table will stop them. They don't want to dig into the pond. Anyway, that's where I'm at, guys. And thank you so much for watching. It was such a pleasure seeing you guys this time, and I will talk to you later. Thanks so much. Bye. So, this area, bunny rabbits dig. So you have to put this netting down. Well, I don't have enough for the center. That's why they're not out yet. And you don't want to cut this because then there'll be sharp points and they aren't smart. So I'm afraid, so we're going to overlap it here, and all of this is going to get overlapped, tucked under so they can't reach it, and nothing's going to have an edge. It'll just overlap so that nothing will get hurt. So this is how it was built out. This area used to be just for my meat birds, my little meaties, but I'm not going to have to do that probably for another year or two because I have so much chicken in my deep freeze. But look at the little bunny houses. So that is actually a pop door. So what I'm going to end up having is when I want to let a group of bunnies out into the yard, I can just put them right in here and they'll run out the door. But they can still come back in here when they get scared or if they get scared of anything. So I have Timothy hay, which is this stuff. I need to order organic Timothy. This is all I could find. There's nothing organic for bunnies in my neighborhood. Here is another bunny. Hello, bunny rabbit. I don't know the names yet because my nieces haven't told me. All the boys, if they get along, they have their own room. Or that stays like that. This one opens like this. I gotta try to figure out how to open these. So, if they get along, they have a room with a friend. But we also made little windows so that they could see each other and not be lonely because they're communal animals. So down at the bottom they have a little door where they can see out into the yard. And then here we have a little bunny. So these bunnies, these big bunnies did not get along. They were trying to fight each other. And I can't have fighting bunnies. All the females seem to get along fine. They love banana. So they love papaya. They like this Timothy hay. We had to put this up against the wall so they could hide behind it because they like to hide under things. I'm going to put I'm going to build something like a box in each of these so they can run inside of it. But right now it's kind of like a big box. So they can't get rained on in here. It's a safe space for them. I think this is a very nice size because the rabbit hutches I've seen are so tiny compared to this. I mean, they can stretch, they can see each other, and then they're going to have that whole big run. And every day they're all going to have time out in the run. The girls will have time by themselves, but I can put all the boys out into the run because if they can get away from each other, they usually get along better. When they're all crammed together in a tiny little box, which this is probably 4 by 4 by 3. Look at this little baby. A little bunny came over and touched me. Hi guys. Sweetest rabbits. They are snuggly and huggable, and they like to be hugged. So these animals can all see each other all the way down the line. And then all the girls are out in this big area because there's like 5 or 6 of them. And then I have a broody box. This is my broody baby area. Now they have a window to see out. Look at the little babies. Hi guys. Hi little mama. Now this little baby, when I got it, it looked like it had been bitten on or hurt. For sure, something's wrong. It looks rough. But its mother was pregnant, apparently, like 5 seconds after having it. So it might have not gotten the nutrients and the nourishment from the mother since she was pregnant. So I've had this baby for like 1 day. But look at, oh, come here, baby. The back of its neck it looks like it's been chewed on or stepped on. The top of its head, no mama, it's okay. The top of its head looks like it's not, it looks hurt. But it doesn't seem to have anything that it needs veterinary care for. No mama, go back in there to your babies. Lady, let me out of here. Man, when I put them in here, they ran around like crazy. Those are where the babies are. They're all cozy, snuggling in a hole. She has a water feed. She has that. We throw Timothy. She's got all kinds of snacks in here. I'm afraid of letting the babies get too cold because I do not know how cold they can get yet. Little baby, I don't want to squish your little hands. Move your hands. Oh, this baby is not very... Yeah, I don't want to hurt the baby's hands, but... No, baby. Go that way. No, mama. No, mama. I'm going to have to get... Definitely going to have to get a... No, mama, and no baby. No, mama. No, mama. No, mama. So... we're going to take some of this wall off so she can see out and get more fresh air. We go in there constantly, so I'm not worried about it. And there is an open space in the back, so she's getting fresh air. And the whole roof is open like this to the other areas. But I do want her, I want that to be open. It can be just like this. We only put the wall up because when I have baby chicks, they really need to be kept warm. And the mother loves having them in there. And it's nice and cozy and warm, and I don't have to worry about them getting too cold. Look at those little babies. My chickens kind of freaked out when they saw them. They were just losing their minds. And the chickens are going to have to get used to this area not being theirs, but it'll be fine. They have the entire yard. They're out doing their thing. Well, right now they're in here too. But it's going to be so nice. The reason I decided to do bunnies, right now, we have so much yard waste that my chickens will not eat. And I'm talking huge amounts. All of that, for example, and all of that big pile over there, and all those bananas over there. The bunnies would have eaten that and made instant compost. Their poop is immediately available to be used as compost. So I want to have like around 10 to 15 rabbits that I can just throw all my yard waste in, let them enjoy a nice meal. And then after they enjoy that meal, they'll give me a lot of poop. And I can just immediately fertilize my garden rather than having gigantic piles of yard waste. It really makes you in tune with your yard as you walk around in your property, and you just trim everything that needs to be trimmed up and you just throw it in. It'll be thrown in that run. Then when every bunny has opportunities to go out, they're going to have opportunities, like I plan on rotating them. It'll be the boys and the girls because I don't want to have a bunch of baby bunnies. So, but I have a terrible feeling they're probably all pregnant, because when I got them from the people, they had them all, the boys, every boy it seemed like was with girls. So that's not great. I don't know, I'm not going to be able to house that many more bunnies. So, but this batch I think will be perfect if we can keep it to like 10 to 14. Right now it looks like that's about how many there are. And then have them run around in that area, eat all that yard waste, make amazing compost for me, which I will then remove and put right on my garden bed. And that's just a tiny little area that my chickens won't have access to. And it's just one more source. You know, it's permaculture is about having a mixture of a bunch of mixtures of things on your property. So you want to have a lot of diversity on your property, and diversity of manure is huge. That's really beneficial, and nothing beats rabbit poop. So that's where I'm at. So all right, and I'm training Shadow right now on how to love these bunnies. Right now, I would say he does not love the bunnies. He's scared of them. He shakes and shivers, but that was like the same way with the others. All right, guys, well, it was a pleasure, and I will talk to you later. Bye.